think about it, right? You've got a sunbed gaff owned by a drug dealer, and within arm's reach, you've got an all-girls high school called Notre Dame. And there was a craze for schoolgirls years ago to go on the sunbeds. So they all used to come from Notre Dame, a little 100-metre walk, to this sunbed place, beauty parlour. And they were all going in there on a Friday to get the sunbed before they went wherever. Anyway, this fella who I'm speaking about has offered one or two of these young girls a job of a Friday evening. Would you like to do a few hours for me? These are young girls in school uniform, but he's offering them a few hours of an evening after school. And one or two girls have took up the offer. Why? Because they always use the sunbeds, and it was the offer of a free sunbed and a little bit of dough for them at the end of the week. So she's in there, she's doing a thing, she's working. All of a sudden he's offering a drink. Girls back in the day, they liked a little drink, like they do now. 16-year-olds all over the gaff, 14, 13, getting drunk, all over the gaff. Of a Friday. So now he's got them on the drink. Upstairs above this beauty parlour, he's got a flat. He used to grow cannabis plants in this flat. The police used to allow it. So now, as things have gone on, one thing's led to another. Before you know, he's pushing himself on, and before you know, he's got them upstairs, fucking legless, drunk, doing what the fuck he wants to them, sodomising them the lot. So here I am getting targeted by this family for years. These Kellys. Paul Smelly Belly Kelly's got a problem with me for some reason. I know what the reason is. Connection to Willie Moore, the gangster who tried to kill me years ago. He thinks I snitched on him, so he calls me a grass, and that's been his problem from the get-go, alright? So when he's in jail, he's got a problem with me. I weren't even aware of him, didn't even know him, but he's talking about me while I'm in jail, and he's in jail. The little snitch got a 10, was in a catty before you fucking know it and got out, just like his fambo, wrong'uns. So fucking he's giving me shit, so I'm taking shit, I've got out, and he's putting posts up against me, but I'm just blanking him for time. Ignoring, and then the stalkers come out and done that shit, and I've just went, well fuck yous all, I'm speaking on yous all. So now I'm challenging them in open, and for years they've been bullying people, terrorising people, fucking intimidating people to fuck doing horrendous shit to girls and families for years, and no one's been willing to say shit to them. Now I'm on a stage going, yous fucking scumbags, yous responsible for this and this, so they're not liking it. So they're going full pelts on me now, putting these big, you've heard me, haven't you, posters bigger than this black thing here, with me face on it and big horrendous allegations against me, putting them in all pivotal positions around the city of Liverpool where everyone's going to see them no matter what. So I'm getting wrote off by this shower. Your Darren Till, you know your Peter Heron, which is Colin Heron's brother, you know your Lee Carroll, which is the Lamb's uncle. You know when you've got all these little dirty, horrible fucking rats targeting you. This is what I'm up against, and Kelly was amongst them. So I come out and start screaming, writing them off, telling truths on them. I remember Gary Kerry. Why? Because he was around Tommy Gilday and Willie Moore when I was a kid, around Tommy Gilday. And Tommy Gilday was right, fucked them all off years ago because they were snitches. They done something wrong in Ireland and blew loads of kids up in Ireland years ago for a priest. He's protected by the law the way he is today. So anyway, I've started screaming and shouting about them, and that's encouraged people to contact me, I thought. So these two women contact me. One was an ex-wife, and one was another ex-girlfriend or something. And they contacted me for a few weeks. Thanks for doing this about them. They've done this, they've done that. Thanks. You know, buttering me up. So they contacted me, eventually they put it on me. He's done horrendous things to my friend. What? Blah, 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 blah. So when this one's contacted me, who's a friend, I went, yeah, he's done this. Now she's providing receipts. She's went to the police about the allegations against him, horrendous allegations. They dropped the charges on him. I know why. I know fucking why. Same reason he dropped them on Akan Arabiki all the time. trust me on this, people, I'm telling you straight. So she's sending me all these reference numbers from CAF cases or these organisations that's helped her and all this, but then she got dead shook, and so they withdrew the case years ago, but now she feels brave enough, because I'm standing up against them, she feels brave enough to reopen it. I want to speak to you about it. So she's speaking to me on, I'm recording it all. I've told her I'm recording it all. I've said to her, can I do a live on my YouTube channel tonight and discuss this, because this is a fucking horrendous, and he must have multiple victims all over the fucking city if he's been going on for that long. She said, yeah, go on then. So I've gone on there, done a live, I think it was like New Year's Eve 2022. I've done a live feed with the backing of these girls that's given me this information. As soon as I've done a live feed, I had like 2,000 people watching it, which is normal on there. They fucking, as soon as I've come off, gone back, I've had loads of messages off them. You put me at risk. I'm going, wow, they've turned. And I'm looking at the messages that have been screen recording since they contacted me. And they've removed half the messages. You know, where you hold it and delete, and then hold it and remove loads of conversation on Instagram. They've done that. So I've took the video down, rang 101, asked them for advice on it, on the phone for an hour, recorded that conversation with the feds, and just left it, got me site shut down. They managed to close me profiles down again because of the Robinson effect, you know, speaking about his firm. And then fucking a year later, feds are looking for me. Popped up, big file of evidence from these Kellys and Maguires. I've damaged their business reputation. I've smashed windows on their properties. He's fucking mad. Do you think I'm running around anywhere breaking windows? You're fucking mad. But they just left it, and then left it another year, and then popped up again and charged me this time with this content. But the evidence they've charged me on is the evidence they've doctored. So now, they were meant to charge me within a certain date. They never, but still did. They should have produced me a court by a certain date. They never, but they haven't fucked the case off. They should have given me documentation about everything by a certain date. They didn't, but still managed to get it adjourned for a full year. Till next year, till June next year, they got it adjourned to. At that hearing, they tried their hardest to get me on bail conditions, but the judge fucked them off because of some solicitor. Here we are, 4 months later, I've just got a fucking thing through my door saying there's a court date, the prosecution want to put bail conditions on you. So now they're trying to put bail conditions on me that's going to last till next June. Feds. That's what the Kellys are. Telling you, mates. I heard it from real decent. You know what? Go and ask Curtis Warren. I remember it specifically getting spoken about on a boat, and Warren was on the boat. I was on. You know, the Kellys, the crazy fucking wrong ones, mate. I've been from the get-go. The dads. And like, as I always say, people, I do nothing but speak the truth. Just let me. This thing's taking ages to load. Still only a quarter, you know, because it's that long ago. But let me just see if we can get another one. And now the evidence they're presenting in these kangaroo courts. They're mad, these kangaroo courts. They try, you know, anything to do with social media, no. They're not giving you trials by juries or nothing, you know. They're just trying to shut you up and get it done fast. And fuck you. When you like a plea bargain, no the fuck. I'm telling the truth. There's no way I'm going to let these little rats run around the city like I'm a liar. Why? Because then I've lied on everyone and I haven't. And if these can put it out there that I've lied, It's mad, isn't it? Why are Merseyside police helping them? Why can speak a lot of truth on Merseyside police as well? They're just as corrupt as the gangsters, mate. Let me tell you that for nothing. You know, you've only got to look at that Norman Betterson, mate. So years ago, right, we were getting feds coming on our estate deliberately targeting us. There was a big splash in the Echo. I've got a letter. So years later, we've all been nicked, stitched up to fuck, put in custody on mad offences that weren't genuine, and then got not guilties on. But before we got found before we got not guilties on them and all that, this Norman Betterson had commemorate a fucking officer, rewarded them a big fucking thing and that, saying, "Thank you for your work, Norman Betterson." You know who he is, don't you? He's the one responsible for covering up the grooming in South Yorkshire. And he's also the one to cover up the grooming in Liverpool. And he's also the one to cover up Hillsborough. The one he got ousted for was the Hillsborough. He was going round people's houses telling them to change the statements of what happened in Hillsborough. He managed to retire before he could be fucking put in jail. But that same officer was the head of South Yorkshire Police when all the grooming was going on. He left there and came to Liverpool. And in Liverpool, when he was the main man, you had pure grooming going on in the precinct in Liverpool, St John's Centre. You had the Packy Market, that's what it was called. That's not me being racist, that's what they called it themselves. It had a big notice above the door. And it was horrendous in there. Norman Betterson was one of them that was helping clear that shit up and keep a fucking thing on it. That's why the whole top floor got shut down for years. And the bottom floor of the precinct was still open. Do you remember Scousers? Do you remember you used to go to the markets, used to go up the stairs, you used to have that sweaty marker in there, used to stink? Them young girls looking fucked. You weren't on it then because you were young. But now with what came to light, you realise, don't you? Well, that got shut down out the blue from nowhere. The whole top floor, that market got shut. No reasoning, no excuses why, just got shut down for years and it never opened. There was not another shop in the biggest shopping centre that had just been made in the city of Liverpool. They shut the whole top floor down without any explanation for years. And you just have... I'm screaming at it for years, mate. You see in the 80s, you see Liverpool. You've got to understand the dynamics in Liverpool in the 80s. The first ever Islamic mosque was in Toxteth, Liverpool. What did that do? Brought a lot of Islamic immigration to the city. Loads and loads from Pakistan. Where did they set up shop? Where was their market stalls? Where was their food cafes? All in the precincts. This brand new building that had just been made. A few years later it's shut. The whole top floor shut. And there's real reason for that. Everyone in Liverpool's been caught up on Hillsborough. So fucking we should be. We've been caught up on the Dockers. We've been caught up on what's happening all over the fucking place. But our young girls getting groomed to fuck. Have you heard any cases in Liverpool? Why not? What you saying Liverpool was untouched? Seriously? Are you Scousers sitting there telling me that Liverpool was untouched in this grooming gang inquiry shit? Are you serious? Think about it. Labour in power for 25 fucking years or more. Joe Anderson, criminal, giving out government contracts to organised crime groups around the city. Think about it, mate. Andy Burnham, Greater Manchester Mayor, are you? A Scouser, Greater Manchester Mayor. How the fuck did you manage that? How the fuck have all them mancs voted a Scouser in? Bullshit, mate. Major cover up. Scousers are right smack bang in the fucking middle of it all. Don't think they're not. Why? Sherry Blair, Tony Blair, Scousers. That's when the shit kicked in. When Tony Blair came to power, it really kicked in. Been happening 10 years before him. Get your shit in a twist. But when Tony Blair came into power, that's when the shit really hit the fan, and we were fucking flooded with paedophiles from all over the fucking world. And every one of them picked whoever he wants and fucking damaged. And the law covered it up. Politicians and government covered it up. And it's not this government, that government, that government, that government. There's only one fucking government. There's only one House of Parliament. There's only one number fucking 10. It doesn't matter who fucking lives in there or screams from there. It's the same fucking government. It doesn't matter if it's Reform, Labour, Conservative, Lib Dems, fucking Green Party. They're all the same powerful, elite, rich bastards that have been picking our kids off, including us as fucking boys. They were picking hundreds of thousands of boys off from the school system and molesting them like Savile. They've been getting blackmailed for what they were doing to boys. Allowing young girls to be fucking ruined. They're all the same. All rich, horrible fucking scumbags that have always been damaging us, the poor people. The law have never fucking protected you. The law come in when shit's done. They don't come in to prevent. They'll come in and lock the kids up when they've killed each other. They won't come in and stop them killing each other. They kick your fucking door in every other month, not to protect the community, to take you out to society. Why? Because you don't give a shit about the law. They don't give a shit about your community. They're taking the people off the community that can cause them fucking problems. Stop thinking the law protects you. They don't. They come in and try to solve crimes. They don't stop crimes happening. They never have done in our communities. Now, if you've got a panic alarm in your house and you're living on the Grisdale estate, you might get a call in 10 minutes. But if you're living on that posh political estate, you're getting a call in 60 seconds. If your kid needs to get rushed into hospital, he may wait for 40 minutes. Their kid, 2 minutes. Your nan might have to wait in a corridor. They're going into a private fucking bed in a hospital. Your kids have got to go to food banks. They fucking haven't. Is it not hitting home? Can you not understand where the levels is? It's not racism. It's not discriminating against other people's religions or cultures. It's money. You've got the rich and the poor. You've got the evil and you've got the good. You've got the powerful and you've got the weak. And you need to get your fucking heads together. We're all fighting each other. I'm not screaming about unity with the rich and famous, mate. They're not us, never have been. All these fucked up celebrities that have encouraged your kids to fucking ruin themselves, they're just poor boys and girls being manipulated and used to fuck. Look at the state of them. Look at Jordan Price. Look at her. Beautiful young girl. Look at her now. Do you think that we're deliberate? The rich, horrible bastards, perverts, putting our young girls on page 3s. Putting our young girls in magazines. Putting our young girls in videos. Where's their young fucking girls? Where's his wife? Are you not seeing this? Why have they been allowing vapes to just be smoked by kids for the last 5 years and then ban them when it's too late? Why let your kids start smoking spice for 5 years and then ban it when it's too late? How many deaths of our children do you need before you bring adequate laws in to prevent it? You're not seeing it? It burns me out, drains me, that you can't see what the fuck the rich are doing to us and have done since birth. They done it to your mum, they done it to your fucking nana, and now they're doing it to you and your kids, and we're still allowing it. Why? Immigration, politics, football. Go on, you're all consumer products, you're fucked. People like me get harassed by the police, get harassed by the snitches, get took out of society. It's what happens to us. Why? Because we don't give a shit about the rich. That money doesn't impress me like it impresses all them shower who you leave free from jail, who you leave free in your community to deal drugs. The real people that can't be fucking told off the government, they get jailed. The ones that'll snitch and bow over, they can still sell drugs, they can still float round your community. The real kids get fucking lifed off and put in nick. The snitches and the ones that work for the feds are floating around your communities now, never going to jail. If they do, it'll be a little 12-month little frighten for them. Why? Because he wants to stop snitching. Little frightener, okay, I'll carry on snitching. These are your John Murphys, these are your Kevin Wheatmans, these are your Kellys, these are your Paul Grimes, these are all these fucking rats. The only drug dealers in your area that are floating around in them 40 grand rides and them big boss watches on, the only ones that are left in your area are the ones relating to the law, speaking to the law. Trust me. Letting them know where the dough is, letting them chase it, letting them trail it. Yeah, you can watch me. Just don't put me in jail. I'll mix with him. I'll let you know where he's paying his money to. I'll set you on loads of footpaths. Just don't put me in jail. It's what they like, shit houses. Too much to lose. What is it? The ego. You don't want to lose the ego. Never mind the burden, the kids. They don't want to lose the public reputation. It's all they're asked about, these scumbags. Especially ones that think they're legit. In the city of Liverpool, don't get me started. I've already got these drug dealers that stopped dealing drugs 5 years ago, made millions off the COVID and everything else, off Encro, stopped it when the shit hit the fan, started buying businesses in the city centre. Now they sit there like they're all legit and they've never done any damage to the city. And I know every fucking one of them. Every one of them. Why? Because they were either a few years older than me or a few years younger than me, if not on my age level. So everyone that started dealing drugs in a 20-year fucking period, I know every one of them. Every one of them. And I see them still. And you can see them trying to style it on social media platforms, but they'll never get it. Why? Because the community know what you're about. The audacities have got to just come on screen like you haven't done the damages you've done. It's fucking horrendous. Just in Liverpool now, it's right across the city, lad. I mean, it's right across the country, lad. The mentality in Liverpool is the mentality in Manchester, it's the mentality in London, the mentality in Birmingham. You've got to understand the mentality of these organised crime groups. You have got men in these organised crime groups. Look, when I say organised crime group, I'm not talking about some big dangerous mafioso team that's been established for fucking decades. It's not that. You've got an organised... People get labelled organised crime groups today. Why? Because they pre-plan dealing drugs. You've got a man for the money, man who chops, man who does this and a man who does that. That's it. So when you're hearing OCGs, don't start thinking every one of them is like a Kinahan cartel, because they're not. They're all dickheads. Majority of them are led by smackheads and crackheads. The gunmen within them are fucked off coke and ket. Crazy kids with guns. They're not cold, calculated killers. If they was, you wouldn't have Cashmans killing kids, would you? Do you understand what I'm saying? You're not dealing with that. Oh yeah, you might see moves where people are putting fluorescent jackets on and pulling up in rush hour. This isn't calculated moving, this. You don't get seen. You don't get seen. There's nothing to move from. These amateurs, they're just getting themselves nicked. Why? Because they're using their own phones. They're going to do them and using their own bikes and putting plates on their own cars like they can't be spotted. It's fucking... You've just got loads of young kids getting led astray by dickheads that haven't got a clue what the fuck they're doing, and they'd rather cooperate with the police than take a 25. So any drug dealer that you know that has been grafting all their lives, just being nicked on EncroChat. Listen, just being nicked on EncroChat with over 10 things and this, that and the other, and he walks away with under double figures. He's a snitch. Don't give a fuck who he is, where he comes from, how long he's been in the game. If he gets under double figures, he's a fucking wrong, full-blown end of. Now go and look over your EncroChats in Liverpool and then go and look at anyone that got under a 10. And what you'll notice with the people that got under a 10, what you'll notice with all of them, because let's not forget, a lot of these lads that got nicked on EncroChat were just normal fucking lads that got sucked in the local to sit on parcels or something. Loads of them was. So when they've gone into interview for the first time at the age of 28 or 30-year-old, they've just folded. They mightn't put nothing on statement, but they've put intelligence there in abundance, and that'll be worked on at a later date. So you would have seen all them with 9s and 8s. You wouldn't have seen them with any... Because they're not career criminals and the police know they're not. But amongst all them, you'll have that kid from Eighton. How the fuck have you got an 8? Because you're a snitch, lad. It's as simple as that. No ifs or buts about it. That kid that's been bang at it, on his toes, done all madness, known as a gunman, moving tons of shifting this, that, and then he walks away with an 8. This is how fucked you are. You don't even consider him a wrong'un. Why? Because he's got a reputation. Let me tell you fucking now, I've just told you before, in Anfield, you have got people leading gangs that have been full-blown informers all their fucking lives. John Murphy, Kevin Wheatman. 2 full-blown snitches, mate. Full-blown, since kids. And I know for a fact they are. But they've managed in Liverpool to have a gang round them and be the leader of a gang and have all kids doing madness for them. Doesn't matter that this kid's getting sent to jail, this kid's gone to jail, this kid's gone to jail, that kid's gone to jail, that one. Over 20 years, loads of kids just going to jail, but these two never fucking do. Wake the fuck up, la. It's your leader that's snitching on you. Anyway, keep it real, choose a life not a knife. Tell your kids to stay away from that gang at the bottom of the streets. Why? Because he's going to end up fucked. If you isolate your kids to protect them from them gangs, make sure when you're isolating them, he's not watching pornographic movies. Why? Because he'll end up fucked. Trust me on that. The kids of today that you're seeing on the streets, they're going to be led astray by the scumbag. You're going to give him everything he needs to sell drugs for him. And when he goes to jail, he's going to get fucked off like the rest of them. And if he gets back out, because he's got no one to mix with, he'll jump back on board. And then he'll get encouraged, mind this firearm. Do you want to run down there? Do you want to do this leg shot? Do Do you want to do this? Before you know it, 20 years down the line, your kid's dead or life's off. Why? Because this fucking rat that sat in Marbella or sat in Dubai only comes home every so often to see his ma and his sister has had your kid running around this city doing fucking madness for him on the promise of a decent life in Dubai. A nice villa, car, bed, everything you want, lad. Doesn't happen. The scumbags. And I don't give two shits what they all say about me. I don't care. Honest. You can call me a fucking grass all you want. When you're willing to set a young lad or a young girl off on a path of destruction where their life is going to ruin them and the ma and the siblings, you're just a fucking wrong'un. You need putting in jail yourself. Prime examples. How many girls have you heard going to jail in the last 5 years? Doesn't matter where they went to jail. Dubai, Spain, Holland, England, Liverpool, Crown Court. How many girls have you heard go to jail in Liverpool these days? How many so-called big respectable community people that have been all of a sudden exposed as laundering millions through that business? How many women have you seen looking at people like the shit and everything they've earned has come from drugs? How many girls do you see through your day when you're going about your business you know has got that Rolex because her boyfriend deals drugs, is a gangster? How many of these girls are floating around your city thinking they're better than you, thinking you're a piece of shit and these are special? Look at them. They're all fucked in the head. They've all had a hiding off the boyfriends. They've all got fucked up lips, fucked up extensions, fucked up boobs, shit in the fods. They're a different set of people. They're all fucked. You do not want your son or your daughter ending up like anything in that space. Look at them all. They're all deformed, horrible, evil pieces of shit caught up on materialistic things. You don't want your kids getting locked in that space. Trust me. If your girl becomes materialistic and she can go wet off her fucking handbag, trust me, she'll be spreading her legs at 21 for them fucking perverts like the Kellys and these dirty fucking parties. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? It's fact. You need to wake up to where I'm coming from. Yeah, we've got all these threats. We've got all these immigrants. We've got all these possible wars going off. We've got all this money problem. Oh yeah, we've got this digital new age coming in and blah, blah, blah. But guess what else we fucking got? We've got hundreds of thousands of kids in our communities that are getting damaged by fucking everything out there. Most importantly, dirty, dying fucking adult men. Adults are 18 plus. And ignore these little creatures on shit accounts. It's what they are. Fuck ups, mate. Little cretins. Get out of here. How are you, vintage? If you don't think the number one risk to you, your family, your children, your community and your city, if you don't think and acknowledge that it's drugs, nothing's going to stop. The violence is going to get worse. You're going to get other James Bulgers. You're going to get other fucking Olivia Corbells. You're going to get other Rhys Joneses. You're going to get other Nanas. You're going to get all this multiplied. It's how it works. It's a snowball effect. And this is what you're watching with the drugs. It's a snowball effect. If someone doesn't hit it fucking head on, it's going to continue to grow and more people are going to suffer. Look, if we continue to let drugs run rife through our communities, we've got no future. We will be replaced by people who haven't got addictions, who are willing to work. We will end up on the streets. We will end up out of pocket. We will lose the identity of our cities. Why? Because you're all in jail and fucked on fucking drugs. That's the way it'll work out. If it continues to grow, you'll have one side taking drugs and one side dealing the fuckers and all the consequences in between. Look, Drugs. If I put drugs onto your estate in 1991 and I get them two people taking it, in 1992, them two people would have encouraged one or two of their mates to take it. So by 1993, I've got 5 houses on your estate taking my drugs. Good money there. I want more. I offer these. If you can shift some, I'll give you one for nothing. So now they're trying to pass it on to everyone on the estate. Why? Because they can get one for nothing. So by the year 2000, the whole estate's got addictions. By the year 2025, or 2005, the estate next door has got half addictions. By the year 2010, the estate next door is full addictions. Now you go on any estate in Liverpool and I'm telling you straight up, right fucking now, it's 50-50. It's 50-50. And it doesn't matter what your addiction is. Pot, kek, balloons, coke. You've got people saying they're not addicted, but they're taking substances every fucking weekend, but they're not addicts. But for years, every weekend, they've been getting off the barnet twisted, but they're not addicts. That's where we're at. We're at 50%. And what's happened in think about the 80s, 70s, might have got a little pot kicking in, on purpose probably. And then 80s, all of a sudden you've got crack and smack. And here we are, 2025, which is 45 years later. Look at your city. You've got people without arms, you've got people without legs, you've got people dying on your streets through overdoses. You've got young girls getting 20 years in other countries for dealing drugs. You've got girls at the age of 13 having drugs forced into them and then getting abused by 12 Pakistani men who have just arrived in the country. It's the early 80s. Not homegrown Pakistani men, because we've had them since the 50s and the 40s. With the drugs and the importation of heroin from Pakistan came a lot of fucking shit with it. The authorities knew where the drugs were coming from. The authorities knew what communities the drugs were getting pumped into. The police don't fuck all about it. The government don't fuck all about it. And they let it run fucking riot like they just have done with the balloons. Like they just have done with the cat. Like they just have done with the spice. Like they just have done with the weed. They done exactly the fucking same in the 80s with all your parents. Go on, get yourself fucked up on this substance. We're not telling you the damage that can happen to you yet, but go on, we'll let you have a run with it. There's a little 4 or 5 years untouched smoking that shite. Now we'll bring the law into it. Now we can start putting you in prison for smoking it. Now all the crime that's coming on the back of it, they were in a house getting fucking robbed in Liverpool. The minute we had smackheads, you had nanas getting dragged out of the fucking bed for a shit telly. This is what drugs done to Liverpool, and the government knew exactly what it would do. Why? I'm in jail in the 90s speaking to kids from the Muslim community, Pakistan community, telling me we're flooding your communities with smack. Watch what happens in 10 and 20 years. This is them. That's exactly what they done. Pumped our communities with heroin and let it get fucking ruined while their communities blossomed. And this isn't me hating. This is what happened. You know, they were allowed to do this. Why wouldn't you? If you were allowed to do that, you'd do it. They were allowed to do it, so they done it. How did the dynamics change? This is what the dynamics changed. You had fish and chip shops on every corner, and our people owned them. All them fish and chip shops on every corner are now kebab houses. Why? Because our people ended up fucked on drinking drugs. The government started targeting them with mad taxes and shit, on purpose. Just like they've done this day. You know, they just let 3 million Indians in, who all went into full-time employment and don't have to pay national insurance. Not one of them have got to pay national insurance, but all our people have had inflated national insurance payments. Do you get what I'm saying? It's always been the case. And this is just the way it is now. What you're witnessing now is a result of the drug dealing. Whether you like it or not, most Muslim communities are very fucking rich on the back of drug dealing. Most big car financial companies and all these big restaurants that you see in these big town centres like Oldham and all these other gaffs is purchased on the back of drug money. Fact. This isn't me hating, it's me stating facts. Majority of Bradford is built on drug money. That's just fact. All the big restaurants, all the big masjids and all this stuff, drug money built them. Don't be in denial about that. The Muslim community have got a worse problem for drug dealers than our communities have. I'm telling you, you've got more creepy kids of Islam who are portraying themselves in community like they don't get involved in dirty dying drug game, but they're flooding the fucking country with it. And don't think this is me hating, this is just facts. You know, there's not just one community that's ruining the country through drugs. Every community is. That community's ruining this is ruining that, and that's ruining that. Why? Because it always ends up back on the fucking doorstep of who started it. Always. Always comes back round to you. So look, you've just seen the complete destruction of our communities through addiction, family breakdown, violence, all through drugs. And you've just witnessed that for 30 years, haven't you? From the early 2000s to now, you're seeing it, aren't you? The millennium, it was bad before that, but after the millennium, you're seeing the real damage of drugs, aren't you? Now that's been the black and white community. Look back, white and black communities got absolutely fucking throttled with these drugs. They pumped the crack into the black community and they pumped the smack into the white community. And it didn't take long before they started mixing both. So now what you've got on the streets is white and black people with no legs. White and black people bumming all day because they fucked off addictions. This is white and black people. Every so often you'll see an Asian kid who's a pisshead and being kicked out of his community because he's drinking or something. But the majority of the people, 99% of the people that you witness damaged off drugs are white and black. And there's a fucking reason for that. And you just need to wake the fuck up. But as I said, it goes round. So the people that flooded our area with this shit, their communities are now about to enter a 20-year degradation of their communities through crack, smack and cocaine. And as you say, it's not nice to watch, but I'm watching it unfold as I speak. I'm in Birmingham and I can see Islam getting ruined through addiction. You don't need nothing to ruin Islam. Why? Because drug addiction's going to do it. Because this is what happens. What happened with Christianity. Exactly the same is going to happen with Islam. And you can sit there, no it won't, no it won't, no it won't. Why, who the fuck are you to stop the power of drug addiction? Who the fuck do you think you are? Are you all of a sudden going to stop this fucking poison just running through your community, are you? Don't talk your shit. No one can conquer the power of addiction, mate. And once it starts taking its hold on your community, it's going to run through you like fucking fire. Just like you just witnessed in our estates. It's going to run through the Muslim communities like fucking fire. Once your young girls get a taste of cocaine, once your young girls get a taste of ketamine, don't think it's not coming. Of course it's fucking coming. Why is it coming? Because you've got 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old lads all over your communities distributing balloons, distributing narcotics, distributing substances that are going to make your young girls just as fucking horrible as our young girls have turned out through drug addiction. There's no difference. You're witnessing it already. I'm seeing beautiful Muslim girls starting to fucking go a little bit loose in the dress sense. It's drugs. Drugs are going to westernise your girls' values. If you don't want them, keep them away from drugs. How do you keep them away from drugs? You see them little dirty fucking drug dealers on your estate? Them. The ones that are distributing cocaine to your little sister. You don't even know it yet. I was shocked, mate. Like, I'd never seen a Muslim girl behaving in such a way. I've got a video of her. 3 of them. Why? Because they always used to turn up at the back of this block. I didn't know they were Muslim girls. Didn't even know they were Pakistani girls. That shocked me even more, to be honest with you. But out here where my window is, you've got a bike shed, and then behind the bike shed you've got a thing that keeps them dry, and they always sit. You get these people just turning up there. And for some mad reason, for like a couple of weekends, you'd had these group of girls turning up and they're just getting blitzed on these fucking balloons. Sitting there. So I'm pissed off one night and thought, you know what, I'll just go and move them by getting them on camera and make them feel embarrassed a little bit. So I've sneaked round, come round, popped up with my torch on, and I was shocked. I'm looking at girls in hijabs, balloons in their mouth, frozen like that, shitting themselves like they're just being fucking caught. But this sort of behaviour is how it starts. Now them girls were 17, 18, I think. But they're fucked on the gas, on the balloons. Now it won't be long before they're going on something else. Now when you've got pockets of young girls within your community hiding from the parents, staying out overnight, because this is how late it was, early hours, staying out overnight, the parents thinking they're in fucking somewhere. This is how it starts in our communities. You know, in our communities you had young girls started taking drugs, started doing all-nighters. When they're on the all-nighters, walking around the streets, you'd have a little horrible pulling over in a car. What are you doing? And he's cold. We'll come and sit in this apartment. It's where it starts. You've already heard one such a situation. I'm not saying this Indian girl. I'm not saying she was on drugs. I'm not saying she was any of the kind. But what I am saying is you've got white men tapping into these communities now. Just like you've had Asian men and black men and white men tapping into our communities. Now you've got our men, because that's what they are. They're our breed, whether we fucking like this or not. And if we don't speak about it, it's going to continue to get worse. Just like any sick, fucked up, perverted man, doesn't matter what community you come, but these can still seek revenge. These can still seek retaliation against each other. And don't be thinking, you sick fucking perverts out there in the Islamic community, don't think for 1 minute, they're not all sick in the head, and so don't get me twisted here. They, real brothers within Islam, need to address this. Let them address it. I'm speaking about my community more than this. But what I'm saying here is this. We have got them sick, fucked up monsters. We have got them white kids and them black kids within our communities. And they will look to prey on young Muslim girls. They will look to take a young Muslim girl off the street and pay them back for what's happening to the white girls. This is how fucked they are. This is how fucked these people are. Just like them little perverted monsters in your community target young 13-year-old white girls because of who they are and what colour their skin are. You will have the same kind of dirty fucking breed in our communities looking at your little Muslim girls wanting to do damage because they're a Muslim girl. Why? Because of what Muslim men have been doing to English girls. And you will have hundreds of that monster within our communities looking at. And while yous are fucked off your drugs, while yous are fucked off your fighting, that's all kicking into your community now. You were all dead against this, Muslims. You're letting it creep in. So while you're fucked off your football, while you're fucked off your fighting, while you're fucked off your religious beliefs, while you're fucked off your discriminative ways, You have got your young girls vulnerable as fuck, staying out all hours, taking fucking drugs. When they're walking around, they can be approached by a dirty white man and go, yo, get in. And then what happens? Is it different for yous? In 10 years' time, when you've had a paedophile ring of all white men that's been sodomising a couple of Muslim brides, what you do? Just run out and start beheading people on the back of it? What you do? You get the drug dealers in your community and you make a fucking example of them. Why? Because if you let drug dealers run riot in your fucking estates and your communities, the men within them estates and them communities will have to turn a blind eye to the atrocities going on to young girls. Why? Because they won't see it fucking happening. You'll have a shooting over there, that'll keep your mind on that. Then you'll have a kid shot dead there. Then you'll have a door kicked in here. Then you'll have a business, a shop, a sweet shop, a restaurant, a car place burnt down over there. This is what you're going into. Use real people within the Muslim community. Protect your fucking women and protect your fucking children. Drugs is where you start. Drug dealers is what you move out your fucking community. Why? Because they're going to make your young girls vulnerable to sexual abuse and possibly fucking rape in the future. And this isn't me hating. This is me screaming fucking facts. Look at my white community. Look at my black community. Look what's going to happen to my Asian community over there. I'll tell yous. Just look at us. Look at us. Shame is one. You know, they'll fuck the daughter off to protect the family honour. This is how deep it is. So if you continue to let this poison go throughout your communities, getting more victims, more young girls, more young boys, making them into addicts, wherever they come from, whatever family home they come from, you might as well say the heart is ripped out of that family. That family's broken. They're dealing with the kid's addiction just as much as the kid is. The mother, the father, heart's broken. They've had a young girl flying at school, young son flying at school, getting all the qualifications that their dad wanted them to get because he's a hard-working fucker. And then all of a sudden, bang, gone downhill on drugs. It's going to fucking ruin loads of yous, mates. I'm screaming on a bit of like consideration. Stop the drugs ruining your community like it has the white and the black communities. Why? Because in 10 and 20 years, while we're all getting better, yous will just start having your kids with no legs sitting outside shops. Don't think it's not going to happen to yous, mate. It's definitely going to happen, just a matter of when. Remove the fucking gangsters off your city, out your corners. Them lads that are distributing Class A drugs to the youth, get them out your fucking communities because they're going to destroy yous. They're going to destroy yous, lads. Trust me on that. Call me what you want. Say what the fuck you want about me. If you weren't locked in that space and you were stood outside and looking in, you'd understand exactly what the fuck I'm saying, and you'd understand it's not a hateful thing. It's a righteous thing. I'm looking out for the youth. Fuck yous adults that have fucked off this life. I'm talking about the youngsters that have got a long life of fucking ahead of them and they're all rushing too fast because they're all fucked on drugs and materials. The youth is your future. The youth is your future. Just like the youth are our future. Look at our youth. We've got millions of boss, powerful fucking young people, but then we've got millions who are fucked off drinking drugs. Them millions who are fucked off drinking drugs are impacting on all the other millions in the city. End of. That's the way it works. If you're watering your family tree with poison, guess what's going to happen to your family tree? Because that's what yous are. You're a big massive family tree. We all are. We all are. It doesn't matter where you are in Liverpool. We're all part of the same tree. And if our roots are getting watered with poison, what's going to happen to our tree? It's going to rot. It's going to rot right to the fucking core. The kids in your city are the roots to our tree. Manchester, you've got a family tree. Birmingham, you've got a family tree. If the roots of that family tree are getting fucking destroyed with Class A substances, you're gonna fucking fall over. You're not strong no more. The kids in all our cities are the roots to all our family tree. Doesn't matter what your religion is. Doesn't matter what your skin colour is. Doesn't matter what your disability is. Doesn't matter what your sexuality is. And it doesn't matter if you're rich or fucking poor. If the roots are being poisoned, you're rotten. Protect the kids. Protect the future. Protect the kids. A powerful family tree will keep on growing. Ruin the kids. That tree will fall over in the wind. It's valid what I'm saying. You need to understand the angle I'm coming from. Choose a life, not a knife, la. I know it goes on about screaming at drug dealers because I can see them as the biggest risk to our youth. Every one of us as adults that got fucked off drugs, we was kids. We was kids when we started. We was kids when we were influenced. Look how long we've been fucked off the consequences of it. Look what the drugs made you do. You were dependent on drugs. You started committing a crime for your drugs. Look how much jail you've done. Look how much tears your ma's shed because of it. Look what the fuck is going on with the youth in this country due to drug consumption and drug violence. Can you not see it? Kids are fucking kids. Doesn't matter where they are. They're the youth. They're the roots. If we've got no roots, we're fucked. Look what's happening with Palestine. Look what's happening in Gaza. Do you know what they're doing? Because they're killing the fucking roots. The only people that harm children are evil. Evil. Good people, in the name of any goodness, would never ever harm a child of the Creator. Ever. Where you're seeing these kids get killed all over the fucking world. Sudan, Nigeria, Syria, England, Australia, Ukraine, Gaza. It doesn't matter. They're all evil fuckers that's doing it. Say it's in the name of this, in the name of that. Bullshit. You evil pieces of shit if you're doing what you're doing to kids. End of.